ಹಾಯ್ ನಮಸ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸುಮಾ. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ. ಸೊ ನಾನೀಗ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನದ ಉದಯಪುರ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೇ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಅಂತ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪರ್ಸನನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಶೋಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ನೀವು ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಾಯ್, ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
Hello, namaste.
How are you? I'm good.
I'm good. So it's been long we met. I think we met in Bangalore horse show. And since then I know you wanted to interview, but your timeline didn't match. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
First, please introduce yourself.
My name is Shantanu Singh. I am natively from a village called Khempur, and which is close by to Udaipur, Rajasthan. And we have a stud farm here named as Srikulam Stud Farm.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೇನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ತಲಾಂತರಗಳಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಾಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವರ್ಜಿನ್ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್?
The origin of Marwari?
Yes.
So it is a native breed from Rajasthan. So in Rajasthan we have a region called Marwari, which is the western Rajasthan. And this breed hails from that place. That's why it's called Marwari horses. It's basically a war horse used in the ancient times during the war times. As we know that we have around more than 400 breeds of horses all over the globe, amongst which only 8 we call them the hot blood. Marwari is one of the hot blooded horses. And it's a very old breed. We have our literature and data in which this breed has been recorded from a very long time. So I think it's one of the most oldest breeds of the world, I guess.
ಓಕೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಈಗಿಂದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದೆ. ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ ಇದರ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಾಜರುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಯುದ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕುದುರೆ ಇದು. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. What makes the Marwari horse unique characteristics compared to the other Indian breeds?
Okay, I think in India, we have got around 8-9 breeds of horses, from Manipuri to Kathiawaris. We have seen these, especially. So Marwari is a bigger horse in body. Marwari is more beautiful. It's alert. Although every breed has its own characters, and every breeds have their own utilization. But I believe Marwari is a bigger horse as compared to other breeds. The ears are more beautiful. And it looks very magnificent. And I believe it is also one of the biggest hot-blooded horses we have in all over the globe, as we have around 8 breeds, which we call them the hot blood. I think Marwari is one of them, and it's a big horse. He's bigger. They are very spirited. Kathiawaris are spirited too, but Marwari are more intelligent in terms of work and yes. Marwari is different from other breeds of horses in India. Marwari is a refined horse. It's taller. It's bigger in the body structures. Even Sindhis are bigger, but nowadays Marwaris, overall the body composition is bigger of a Marwari horse. They are refined. They have longer necks. They have more curved ears. And Marwari is a very intelligent breed of horse. Okay. In India, fortunately, we have got Kathiawaris and Sindhis, which are also good at work, which are also spirited. But of course, Marwari being taller is a horse which has got more utility. So nowadays people are using Marwaris into jumping also. It's a very good endurance horse. So it's a horse which was of course from the war time, but I believe that intelligence and spirit makes it unique and different. And of course they look very magnificent. They are bigger, broader, taller, very refined, very clean, sharp horses.
Okay.
Yes.
That's it. How were Marwari horses historically used in India?
Okay, so if you go back into history, I think historically, of course, it has been a war horse. So in the ancient times, it was with the rulers and the kings, and it was, of course, the pride of the palaces because it was utilized into war zones. So from that, and of course, more or less, I mean, like if you see in Rajasthan, there are a lot of families who have got, because it has been with our families from generations. We've got a very deep emotional connection to them as well. Because since that time, they have been a part of our family, they have been part of our cultures. For example, we have Ashwa Pujan every year, I think on the last days of Navratri. So we still worship them, we still, they still hold that much of value till now. Because nowadays the market has expanded and people are now into it because it's a certain industry which involves a lot of money. But I believe that from historical times till now, for us and for a lot of other families in Rajasthan, I believe they hold a very special value, which is more than money. So if you go back into history, their utilization and their importance was different, because now there are no wars, so but still the emotion is still the same. Yes.
ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಧಾನ್ಯತೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದುಡ್ಡಿಗಿಂತನೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಧಾನ್ಯತೆನ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಕಾಳಜಿಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. So actually I want to ask one important question. North India में people know how to select the Marwari horse, but South India में don't know. So in South India people don't know how to select the Marwari horses. Okay, can you explain how to select the Marwari horses?
No, how to select is a different question, but you want to know what characteristics? No?
Characteristics and how to select.
Okay, I said that how to select a horse, but selection of a horse can vary from things to things. You want a show purpose horse, you want a horse for sports or whatever, but because there are a little bit of differences in the anatomy which will vary on your selection, that for what reason you want a horse. But when you talk about show purposes, when you talk about breed, when you talk about characters, so we'll start from the top, because it's a breed, so we'll start from the major points for the breed. The first is the ear. Ears are very, very crucial. Ears describes the breed of a horse. And in Marwaris also we've got 16 sublines. So ear set describes about the subline, and it tells a lot about the genetic makeup of the horse. So in Kathiawadis we've got small ears, in Sindhis we have got long ears, but a Marwari should have a mid decent size ear. The cup of the ear should be broader. The ear should have good tip, because tip is also important part of ear. And I've been recently observing that some people are very fond of sizes and all, but we are somehow losing the characters. So when we talk about character, I think ear plays a very, very important role. My grandfather often says that ears are like the crown on the horse. Good ear set is basically the crown of the horse. So ears should be of a decent side. It should be erected on the right placement. And most importantly, when I say that ears describe the breed, and it also tells about the influence of other blood in the horse. For example, when the Marwari take the ears back, it should rotate on the same on the same degree. If it's fluctuating and if it's swinging out, that also describes about a different influence of different breeds into Marwari. So when we talk about breed characters, we'll start from the top. So we'll start from ears. Ears are very, very crucial part of the breed, which describes a lot about the breed and the sublines of Marwari horses. And my grandfather often says that good ears are like crown on the horse. So they are that important. So when we talk about the ears, so there are three different. I do judge horse shows, so I divide it into three sections: is size, shape, and the placement of the ear. So when we talk about the size of the ear, Sindhis and Kathiawadis, which are two different other breeds of India. So I'll give an example with that, so you will understand with the reference. Kathiawadi's got a smaller ear. Sindhis have a little longer. Marwari's ear is basically a mid-size ear, not small, not too long. And most importantly, the cup should be very important. The cup of the ear is very, very important. It plays a very important role in breed characters, and the ears must have tip on it. So we see sometimes so this is the shape of the ear. Now coming on to the placement of the ear. Ear should be erect. It should not be tilted up, in the front, or it should not be extreme backwards. It should be exactly erect from the same in the same parallel line of the head of the horse. And the movement is also very important. When we talk about the movement of the ear, when the horse takes his ears behind, or when it rotates the ear, it should rotate on. So when the horse rotates the ear, it should rotate on the same place. It should not fluctuate, or it should not swing from the outside of the body. If it swings, or if it have a different movement, it basically gives a hint of different breeds of influence, different influence of different breeds into the Marwari.
Okay.
So when we talk about the characters of Marwari horses, I always say that the front of the horse describes the breed: face, ears, neck. That is the breed.
Okay.
So we'll start with ears. We'll start from the top. So in ears, we divide it into 3 sections. We divide it with size, shape, and placement of the ear.
Okay.
So first we'll start with size. So I'll give a reference so that people would be able to understand in a very better way. So we have 3 different breeds in India which are natively been bred. So one is Sindhi, one is Kathiawadi, one is Marwari. Kathiawadi's got smaller ears, Sindhi's got a little longer, Marwari have a mid-size ear. It should not be very long, it should not be very short. And now we talk about the shape of the ear. So shape should be the cup of the ear should be broad, the ear should be erect, it should always be on the 90 degrees, very parallel to the head of the horse, and it should necessarily have the tip, because tip is an extension of the ear, which is very important, which describes about the breed. And when we talk about size, shape, and placement, I believe the movement of the ear is also very important, because when the horse rotates the ear, it should rotate on the same place. It should not swing out, or it should not have a very wide movement to it.
Okay.
Because see, we are in a country where we had a lot of influence of other breeds into Marwaris, because we are in a country which got a lot of invaders. Every invader came on their horses, so there has been a bit of mixing somewhere. But how you will purify it, how you will identify it, so I believe ears are very important in that. Now coming to the head of the horse. So Marwari is a breed. These horses are light-headed horses. They don't have heavy faces. The jaw should be clean. The head should be absolutely straight. Muzzle should be small. The eye socket should be big, but eyes should not be bulging out. They should have almond-shaped eyes, and the face should be very expressive, because it's a war horse. It's a hot-blooded animal, so the face should be very expressive. And most importantly, Marwaris should have a decent length of the head. Most importantly, I always see in some of the places where they are good horses, but they have smaller faces, some are very longer. So I believe the size of the head should be decent, should be medium, should be proportionate to the body. So now talking about the head of Marwari horses, the head should be extremely chiseled and fine. Okay. And the head should be absolutely straight. It should not, the nasal bone should not be out, or it should not have a dip in it. It should be absolutely straight. Okay. The eye sockets are supposed to be bigger, but eyes should not be bulging. So there is a difference in that. When we say big eyes, mostly horses have bulging eyes. Bulging eye is a Kathiawadi character. The eye socket should be big. Eyes should be big, but should be in almond shape. They should not look like they are out of the head. They should merge well with the head.
Eyes should be almond shape.
Yeah. Okay. And the jaw should be extremely clean, and the face should have layers to it. I mean, when we see some other breeds which are heavier, you'll see the head looks like a box. It looks like it's a bone which has got no layers. But in Marwaris, the face should be so clean that the separation of bones should be visible. And when we talk about a breeding animal, eyes are very important. Eyes and a cardinal point. So eyes should be extremely black. The membrane of the ear should be extremely thin and fine. Okay. And the muzzle should be very small. The nostril should be bigger. But again, when I say bigger nostril, it should not look like an extension to the head. It should merge well. The synchronization of the head should be very clean. Now talking about neck. Neck is again a very important character of a horse, and I'll tell you the purpose of a longer neck also. But the neck should be very clean from, so there should be no underhung. There should be a good space. The throat latch should be very loose and clean. The length of neck should be very good. The high head carriage of Marwari horse is very important. We see a lot of times the neck is long, but the shoulder placement is not that good. So the head carriage is not there. Head carriage is very important. It's a show horse, it's a war horse. So head carriage is something which comes under a very important character for Marwaris. The throat latch should be clean, the neck should be very clean, and the top line of the neck should be very, very, how do I say, I mean, like if you see a sword, so if you see the backside of the sword, it is rounded with a perfect arc to it. So the arc should be very, very clean.
Okay.
And from the pole of the head, I mean, like the space in between from that pole to the withers, it should have a similar flow to it. There should be no band in the neck from the top. And under the neck also, it should be very clean. That is again, the chest should be broader, the hoof should be stronger, but the bones should be. See, Marwari is not a heavy boned horse. We have heavier structures, but that doesn't mean it's a. Heavy bodies are basically desired into draft horses. It's a war horse. So, for example, if somebody will have a heavier wrist, the movement will be restricted. So, it is a fine-boned horse. The hinds must be higher. The tail set must be high. The length of the back should not be very long, not be very short. It should be proportionate, and the balance of the legs are very important. The skin should be extremely fine. The horse should be very alert and expressive. See, if we go on to the detailing of the characters, there's no end to it, but I'm just talking about the basic characteristics.
What about
which
legs?
makes, yeah, I'm coming to it. We're talking about a true to type Marwari horse, which should look like Marwari, which should behave like Marwari, and most importantly, which should fit into the parameters of the breed. So skin should be very fine. When we talk about legs, the proportion, of course, the balance and everything is very much required, and that is a very global thing, because anywhere in the world, every breed desires a horse with good balance. But in Marwaris, the cannon bone, they are very fine. The hoofs are bigger. The wrist is strong. Hinds are very strong. Quarters are very strong. The tail set is higher as compared to other breeds. And the overall top line of the horse should look very synchronized. A lot of times we see, I've personally seen the horses look amazing from front but poor from hinds. Some are poor from front but good in hinds. It should be in a flow. The body should be in a flow. From the tip of the ear to the tail set, it should all be merged in a way that it should not look odd.
Okay.
So the right proportions are very important.
Okay.
Yes.
ಸೊ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮಾರ್ವಾರಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ನ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದರ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಐಸ್ ಬಾದಾಮಿ ಶೇಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಉದ್ದವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ದಪ್ಪ ಥರ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಉದ್ದವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅಗಲವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಲ ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಓಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ.
No, I mean the movement is of course very important, but when we talk about just the basic characters of the horse, because Marwaris, so as I said in the beginning of the question, that what is the purpose of selecting horse? If you want to have a horse for the shows, of course you would go for different characters, but when you talk about sports, of course the chest need to be broader, the legs needs to be very fine, there should not be any deformity into the bones, the hoof size should be good. Marwari is a strong horse, and this horse is habitual of, see, because Rajasthan has got multiple regions. The region we are into is called Mewar. We have got hills. The another region is Marwar, where we have got desert. So this horse is habitual of different regions. So eventually this horse has got good adaptability. But it will turn out to be even better when the physical strength of the body and the physical formation of the bones should be correct. So this is what we believe.